What is your favorite color? Whatever it is. I know it sounds stupid, but think about how teachers get to know their kindergartners on the first day of school. Shit like that. And I know it's gonna sound juvenile, but the whole point of spirituality is not that the cards give you answers, or that a psychic or a healer or a reader give you answers, or someone, if you talk to me and ask me, it's not that you're seeking somebody to give you the answers. It's that you are asking yourself the questions that lead to those answers. Divine knows. I mean, I've kind of seen this word pop up a lot on TikTok lately too, which is funny, but it's breadcrumbing. And what I've figured out is that is how God works with me. And I've never seen anyone put it into words in the way that I experience it, and maybe that's for a purpose. I actually, now that I say that out loud, I can see that's for a reason, because there's a reason there's been all these blocks I have to overcome to reach this, because it's powerful and it will help people unlock a lot of themselves. So what I'm seeing is like, just like spirit gives, spits out certain tarot cards with certain energy, right? Each card has energy. 414, 8 of Swords. The question that it asks, that spirit is asking you when you pull a card, what is your favorite color? Or what's the first color you think of? Whatever it is. I don't know how I'll word it yet, but you get the point. 432, never going back. This is it. Okay. They know that whatever your answer is in your head doesn't even fucking matter. No one needs to know what it is. I don't need to know what it is. I don't need to put it in a guidebook for you, because you are the only one that knows what your favorite color is. Maybe your favorite color is different every single second. So every time spirit asks you that, or asks you to reflect on that, it's different. That doesn't fucking matter. What matters is that spirit knows and has had oversight and vision and access to what is already set in stone and written for your story, and what has already been done and played out. And they know what will resonate with you and what won't. They know what breadcrumbs to give you. That's literally what pulling cards is. So on a healing perspective, they know the layers of you. I'm getting Fiona and Shrek, like an onion, peel back the layers. They know the recipe to unlocking those layers. Not only do they know that you have layers, and that we know everybody has layers in depth in certain aspects of self and stuff, like psychology knows that. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. But what we don't take into account though is the layers in the layers that are in spectrums and different to every person, right? Just like DNA, the code is like, there's a certain code or a certain, ooh, I am really activating right now. I feel like I'm shooting fucking purple, neon purple laser out this arm and red laser out this arm. Boop, boop. And blue going straight up, green going straight down, yellow and orange standing in between. That would be whatever my Transformer character would be. It would be something cool. Yeah, holy shit, yeah. Anyways, no. They know the exact order to walk you through. Think of a blueprint, a map. They know the map and the layout of your life and your journey, your contracts. They know it. They know what it in 3D would look like on a map, even if it doesn't belong in the 3D. Let's conceptualize it into a 3D map or a 2D map. 2D map in the 3D. Or if you're good with computers, you could make a 40 fucking model on a computer, and never mind. Okay. something about the design on this is relevant. You know what it's giving? It's giving like ancient, but transformer. Like it's giving like, if you think of ancient times and way in the future when everything is robots, 808 on the timer. If you stack those timelines, it's like it's showing how the structure or the makeup is in overlap, or that doesn't seem like the right phrase. It's like a build off or an update. I'm trying to think of the word. I know this, looking at it like this is a mirror, but I'm talking about, let's say, ancient is red, future is gold, and they're stacked. They're occurring at the same time, right? Because in this dimension, in the 45D, you know, and above, time isn't, it doesn't exist. It's nothing. I completely lost the channel that I was getting at about this. Well, no, it was about how, you know, the divine God knows your experiences and knows what to bring up and say to you to trigger, you know, and really it's psychology. Oh my gosh, and that needs to be explored, because on a psychological level, you know, we understand psychology and all of that, but people don't want to admit or address how spirituality is also tied into that. People want to keep it separate, and there's a reason, because when you have them together is when you're activated, and that's what makes you timeless. Holy shit. Ooh, wow. That's what aligns you to your path and your purpose. Ancient you, future you, and you're only gonna be the you in the middle that connects them if you can line the stencils on, if you can line the blueprints on top of each other and align them. Holy fuck. That is a powerful way of looking at that I had never thought of before. That's a really good way for, I think, logical autistic people to look at it. That's why it's so fucking dangerous. That's why they want to try really fucking hard to make sure I don't do it. That's exactly why. Because for the people who think very logical, methodical, blueprint oriented, wow, this is powerful. That just explained it in a way that in your head you can walk yourself kind of through the steps or the order or the dynamic to understand the purpose or the power, right? But it's really hard for autistic or neurodivergent people to let their head back up a little bit, because if we don't, we feel too much with our heart. We're oversensitive. So the head has to overpower, right? But when you wow, this whole area is just on fire, but like in a good way. Sorry, I know I didn't finish that. What I'm just getting shown is that for, you know, neurotypical people, religion, love, social dynamics, those things come naturally, because what is natural if you're mirror, you know, anyways, yeah, you get it. And that's because they don't need to logically and structurally understand a concept to believe and know it's true. And neurodivergent people, autistic people are no better or worse for this, to make that clear. It's equal, but it's opposite, is that we need structure, order. We need to understand step-by-step process. We need to understand how this gave you that. We need to understand that stuff to make it make sense, even to grasp concepts that are simple. So if the collective, if everybody knows that that's autism, that's ADHD, that's having a hard time with those simple everyday executive function things, of course it's going to be really fucking hard to do that and conceptualize it with things that we can't see yet. Spirituality, religion, love, social cues, body language. Where was that going? I'm getting pull a card. Queen of Wands. Can we please bring that channel back? I don't remember what it was. Ooh, that's strong. Wow, that makes me nauseous. It's so strong. That energy is really, really fucking strong. I'm getting shown that that's the key. I'm getting shown a key, like opening up something, opening a project. And then it's like almost like there's a bunch of neurodivergent, like fucking autistic people standing in a line, which Spirit is wanting me to point the joke out that it's funny because autistic people like to put things in a line, or, you know, they say that used to be what they would look, when, you know, they would look for that, like, well, he doesn't line toys up or whatever. So the vision that Spirit's giving me is opening the key with this project that's like a door or something. You open it, and it's almost like it's like in some sort of heavenly, wonderful void of heaven and Eden and celestial glory, whatever. I don't know. It's just bright and colorful and everything in between, but also white, whatever. And that all of the fucking autistics and ADHDs are in a fucking line. And you explain, or you show what I just did. You explain that dynamic and you apply it to spirituality or religion, or to self-love, the journey to self-love and self-care, self-understanding, self-discovery. That shit is gonna not only spread, like, it's not only gonna fucking make every fucking autistic person who just finally got an explanation to finding their own, some sort of a blueprint to helping them find their own truth, right? 1555 on the timer. Let's pretend each card is a fucking person. This person like, fucking passes out. They're like, I can't believe, holy shit, that really fucking worked to help me. And they're gonna all plop down like fucking dominoes. And not only that, it's gonna spread like wildfire. So it's gonna be both at the same time. It's gonna heighten the energy. It's gonna increase the energy. It's gonna be a fucking power surge. It's gonna be a surge of light in the world. And what is that gonna do? What happens to a fly when it gets too close to a candle's flame? What happens to a fly that gets stuck somewhere too close to the light bulb? After a while, it's gonna fucking be crispy. It's gonna fucking burn. It might combust. And that's what's gonna happen to darkness when the neurodivergents fucking catch on. And that is what the problem is, because that's why neurotypicals have to run the world. And I'm not saying that people who lead now, I'm not calling everybody evil. I'm not saying that all of those people are neurotypical and dark. That's nothing, no. But if you get what I mean, you'll get what I mean. And if you don't, you're not ready yet. And that is absolutely fine, because there's no time in the divine. And there might be time in our lives where we have to stress about, you know, we want to worry about physical time. That doesn't matter, because ultimately everything is in divine timing, and what that really means is that there's no time in the divine for your bullshit or mine. That was cool. I totally didn't plan that. Anyways, yeah. I'm gonna be done with that. I don't think I explained that very good. Wow, I'm like on fire in the best way. Excitement and passion. Ace of Pentacles. Something to be proud of, something to look back and be like, wow, I fucking did that. Hanged Man. Whether good or bad, whether I was plopped in the center of heaven or hell, I've maintained humility. I'm seeing like they're talking about like a death of an ego, but they're saying it's like continual, like a filter, but not in the way of someone's perfect, absolutely not. But just that on the journey in between the death cycles of things, of cycles closing, the death of an ego in a certain area or aspect of my life, or a lesson that needed to be learned, the filter frequency or strength or whatever was adjusted in the middle, you know, here and there, depending on what it needed, right? If you see a pool or a fish tank, you know, it's starting to get dirtier every 2 days rather than every 4, you're gonna reset the thing to filter it every, I don't know, I don't have fish, but do you know what I mean? Resetting a cycle, an automatic cycle. I don't remember what I was saying at all, but I'm getting now something about saying that's an illusion. King of Wands. That's using a certain energy or understanding or piece of information or energy or some sort of something you're receiving. That's using it in a more manipulative, disingenuous way, whether you intend to or not. Decisions that are made more from ego rather than clarity, right? Because clarity cuts through any illusion of ego or status or investment or return on investment or worth. And that's your fucking cross to bear and your sword to wield and your fucking illusion to slice through. Life is about balance. That means that when you lose your balance, there's the potential for positive energy there. Because the energy around you understands. Sorry, I'm getting like, they're literally feeding me word for word what it is, and it's like it's getting translated in multiple different forms and then reaching me. It's like a big game of telephone in a way. And I just lost it. Gosh damn it. Seeing the number 66, 311, 278, 569, 908. $971. Wow. 108. I just got multiple different channels at once, but I have a feeling, and they were in different mediums or different forms that I do. 22, 27 on the channel. Oh my gosh. The world, holy fuck. Compassion for the world. I don't know, I don't remember what I was saying. But I'm getting, it's like it's the same channel but translated in multiple different forms or mediums, and I'm receiving it in multiple different ways, but it's the same channel. It's just a way of, you know, connecting to more people by using multiple methods of language. Because what resonates to someone in a certain way might not resonate to someone else in a certain way, right? So I could describe a feeling in my body and that might resonate to someone, but it might not resonate to the person who resonates more with colors they see. Even though blue color could resonate with sad, lonely, you know, heavy. They're really trying to stop me, holy shit. I have never experienced this much pushback. Reverse Knight of Cups. They're trying to get me to like stumble or like fuck. I'm getting the word fuckboy, but also fuck it up, but not in a good way. But I'm getting, they're wanting to get me to just look like a fool. They're wanting me to look like a fool in trying to articulate this so that I just look like a babbling psycho idiot and not someone with a passionate love letter to humanity about truth. Clarity, truth. Being a leader in that truth. Not as somebody who knows everything though, as somebody who knows they know nothing. Seven of Pentacles, but all that I can look on is the obstacles I've overcome, the coins I've earned, and I can tell you the way that I did it. And I can tell it to you in a few different ways to help you resonate. Reversed King of Cups. My left feminine ear is itching. To help you, okay. To help you relate to, understand, and kind of, I guess, be with me on the journey of finding your emperor when you're recovering from the reversed King of Cups. So recovering from, you know, manipulation, reverse devil, recovering from the trauma of previous relationships of men who were in the reversed King of Cups energy, very emotionally, psychologically manipulative and abusive. And you're coming out of that as the Page of Swords with a new outlook on yourself, right? Because you have rediscovered who you are. And on the outside, or maybe other people will think you've changed or something, but it's really, you're like, no, I'm just like not playing into your bullshit, but like, I'm the same me. You just never wanted to come over when I had my pajamas on. You know what I mean? Like when I was relaxed and me and comfortable, you never saw it. We weren't that close. Ooh, getting a sharp pain in my throat chakra, yeah. Wow. Ooh. Reverse Ten of Swords. You've pulling all, oh, okay, no. I forget what the way I was supposed to, the direction of this was, it's not that I'm not telling you this reading, it's really that it's me, because I always comment on how we're mirrors. And the way that it makes it relatable is not by me doing a reading for a collective, but by me sharing an experience relating to the collective pole that is mirrored by my energy, that I can articulate and feel in my human body, as well as use my intuition to communicate and portray to somebody who doesn't have to know about tarot or even believe in it or understand it, but they could listen and be like, well, actually, I do kind of know what she means. And that's, holy shit, my voice. God is showing me that that's how you walking people through my journey of pulling my own swords out of my back. Not settling for that reverse King of Cups energy. Not staying in my Eight of Cups energy of this sulking, you know, dark pouting, even though I fucking had it. Absolutely. And reaching 10 of Cups. Holy shit. It's kind of awkward to say, but like I get a lot of comments, or I get a lot of people that like talk about how they're like proud of me or whatever. I feel so embarrassed, but anyways, I appreciate it a lot. People will like be like, I followed you for a few years and I've seen your growth, or like all of this blah blah blah, and like I'm so proud of you and all that. And that stuff means so much to me. And I feel like given that I don't know. I still feel awkward saying, like, talking about it out loud. I'm somehow supposed to just share my, I don't know. I kind of am autistically, I'm verbally shutting down. Oh, wow, okay, so that's God saying, no, you're not shutting down. That's that little weak part of you. And I don't mean weak to be harsh, but it's the insecurities that crept in on how I was being portrayed, how I looked, how I sounded. I sounded psycho, I looked like a ridiculous idiot, you know, whatever, what have you. And I was like, I suddenly want to be done. And I was like, that's the autistic silence, I don't want to talk anymore. And God is like, no. It's not even that they found my weakness and poked at it. It's that I found my own in my own head, and it had nothing to do with the other person. But I perceived it to be from the other person. And that insecurity, that little bit of what made me stop, right? It made me stop. And what is it keeping me from directly? This is the negative star. It's keeping me from my star power. It's keeping me from my full light, my illumination, from being a light to others, from being a guide or a leader or a friend or a healer or a helper, what have you, whatever I'm called to do. Look at these. These are the last cards. This is insane, actually. This is what everybody already has waiting, readily available to them. Everybody, right? We agree all humans are equal. Everyone deserves access to adequate living essentials, you know, love, education, hygiene, healthcare, compassion, understanding, right? We all agree about that. So if that's what we agree on, right? Because that's what the Bible says, and that's what everyone basically, blanket statement says, right? Human rights. Well, if that were true, wouldn't everyone have the same access to the same abundance, openly and freely, without regulation, moderation? You know, without consideration. It would be a no-brainer that, hey, if we agree that these two people are worth the same, doesn't matter, you know, they might have different skin color, but they're worth the same amount. We agree on that. But yet we also can see that they come from two very different worlds in worldviews or privileges or resources or whatever it is, access to whatever, that one of them has access to the 10 of Cups energy and the other one doesn't. But yet they're equal. Explain that to me. It doesn't exist, right? Because God made everybody equal and everybody is equal. Therefore, everybody started with the same amount of cups, and that was 10. this is hypothetical. I'm not speaking like actual historical. What started knocking these cups off was when humans would allow things to chip away at their ego. Would allow a mistake to tell them that they're a failure. Would allow someone else's joke or judgment keep them from trying. Would allow someone else's, criticism or whatever it is, make you feel weak or insecure. We started to succumb to that. And as we did that, we were dimming our own light, our own star, our own strength, right? Because the power, the brightness of a light also would equally be reciprocal, would equally be a mirror to the strength of the light, right? The brightness, the illumination. See what I'm doing here? Those are two separate ways of getting somebody to connect. So the more insecurities, the longer you sit in that, the more you lose your strength and the more the star dims, because the more the star in you loses strength, the more hungry you get for what you have had, deserve. But because you have placed judgment on yourself, unrelated to anyone around you, you're just perceiving somebody as judging you, but really it still is made up in your head. Because even if they are or they aren't, they're autonomous, you're autonomous, their energy doesn't have to intermingle with yours. Because if you know yours, and you know you are a badass bitch, you don't have that problem, right? Because someone else's energy doesn't come into your space. Now, if you don't know who you are, you're not gonna notice when someone else's weird fucking energy spills into your fucking cup, and then next thing you know, you're having one drink at the fucking bar and you're blacked out at some random dude's house, right? Next thing you know, you don't know who you are because you don't know this weird energy and you think it's you. What does that do? It keeps you from your star. Keeps you not even knowing where it is, what it is, where to find it, how to find it, that you even have one. You don't feel like a star, you don't resonate with the stars, you don't even look at the sky at all, and you don't give a shit. You just work. Have your fun, party, whatever, hang out with friends, hang out with your family, whatever, you go through the motions. You're not gonna look up at the fucking sky though. You're not gonna stargaze and enjoy it. Why is that? I mean, you think it's because of what somebody said that triggered you. But that's your own misjudgment based off of your own wounded ego. That has equally dimmed your light. And because something someone else said triggers you from how you view yourself, it's keeping you in that negative star energy. It's dimming your light. And because of the causation in your human brain, out of sight, out of mind, right? So you're seeing through your eyes, but you're not seeing yourself because you're looking out, right? Your eyes, your physical eyes are looking out. You don't see yourself in front of you. So you're going to blame the person that is in charge of the situation in what you saw in front of you. And that is the other person. And then you have resentment for things that are not even the other person's fault. And then you get projection, starting to say those things as if that person is those things, when it still isn't even the other person's fault. It's the judgment you have of yourself. that, again, wouldn't have even existed if you just didn't fucking open the window and let the flies in. Like, reverse Six of Swords. And I say that like I'm irritated, like it's such a stupid, everyone should know this concept, because it's true. Queen of Pentacles, it's true. But it took me a really fucking long time of dedication and dedication and investing in myself and understanding myself to know any of that shit. So I'm not saying it, the world. It's like the slow, hidden, divinely protected instincts or information of the world is the understanding of how powerful our minds are, but not in separation with mind, heart, and soul. 333 on the timer, or 333 on the clock, 39 flat on the timer, which breaks down to 3. Wow. Hanged Man. This is what I want. I'm getting the phrase, this is what I want to sit and chew on. This is what I want to mull over. This is what I want to write. Like, I honestly want to write like a fucking paper or a journal about inquiring about this concept. And I know that I'm not making sense to someone else who would watch this. They're not going to understand, but that's because they don't. Like, they're like, I'm getting breadcrumbs from Spirit, because they're giving me things that I understand based off of my experiences and what they know of me and my understanding. So of course it's not going to resonate with you, or if it does, that's great, and that's because your spirit team knows that you would resonate with it. But if you don't, that doesn't mean that it's invalid or that you need to have a certain judgment about it. It just means that, you know, it doesn't mean it's invalid. It just means that it doesn't resonate with your validity. 8 of Swords, but you have to break out of that to understand that. So 4004. You have to break out of the understanding that you don't have to experience something for it to be true, or someone else's truth, even if it was 2 people in the same exact situation, in the same exact event. Reverse 7 of Cups. Masks playing a role, reacting, acting. 2 people can be given the same exact resources and events and go through these same exact events. Like, you could put them literally in a room and have the same exact things happen to them. But regardless where they're sitting at in the room, they're going to have a different perspective or perception at the very least. But which one is wrong? Neither, right? And God is trying to get us to see that that is basically all of humanity and what we struggle with, and that that is our 10 swords, the 10 commandments, which really aren't commandments. They're not 10 commandments. They're for some reason God or Spirit was like, hey, hold off on that. Okay, one last card. I need to be done. I need a drink. 10 of Pentacles, the ultimate fulfillment, ultimate reward for dedicated time and effort. Reward for being disciplined, reward for investment, reward for time spent. Reversed of 2 of Cups. Also, I'm getting with that, I was getting reward for karma, when you loved, you know, you loved someone with a dark cup that didn't pour into you, or they poured darkly, you know, they poured muddy. You will get all of that back to you, but it will be in the way that you loved those people, through your heartache, that it was incurred and created by those very people that you loved so amazingly, and you know you did. Emotional fulfillment, 9 of Cups. You love with your whole heart and your whole soul, and you're going to get that back. And no, that doesn't mean it's going to be from a different person. Ace of Cups, it means it's going to be from yourself, because you're going to love yourself into cleaning that cup, so that anything that's poured in it is going to be clear, fresh, and it's going to be 100% you. It's not going to be particles of someone else's shit drink. Wow. The Magician. Wow. You manifest your own reality. You alchemize your own energy. You alchemize your thoughts. You alchemize your own conflicting, confusing, painful thoughts into positive energy. It's like you translate the currency almost. It's like you, oh my gosh. In doing that, you activate your ability to do the same things that I'm doing, which is 43:34 on the timer, which is sharing your experience of how you alchemized your own pain and trauma and how you made it to yourself, to your best life, to abundance, to new love, to clarity, to understanding, to peace, to abundance, to prosperity, to fully align with your soul and your yourself, finding yourself. Then you're going to be sharing your story, right? Reverse Seven of Swords, and with this they're showing that, yeah, there's good people in the world, but it kind of often seems like we are outnumbered, right? There's light workers, there's healers, there's people who understand, there's thinkers, free thinkers, there's compassionate free thinkers out there still. It sometimes feels like we're few and far between, and it can feel like, well, my few little fucking swords, that's biting off more than I can chew, because I'm not going to make any difference in the world. And it was 44 when I looked up at that. And Spirit is saying, okay, well, maybe just you. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, yes, you're right. You're right. You ain't not going to make a damn difference, just you. But the same is also true for every fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry that's also trying to make a difference. None of them alone are going to make a fucking difference. What does that tell you? The obvious, right? That you're better in numbers, that you have to multiply. But why are we competing when we multiply? Because none of them can do it. No one person's light can light up the entire world and abolish darkness. That's not a thing. But when you think of what the word connection means, through human connection, which is compassion, understanding, support, love, connecting 1 to 2. Now how many people do you have? 2. Connecting 2 to 3. Now how many people do you have? Yeah, it might be just this one person that changed a lot of lives. Yeah, see? You make a difference by radiating your light. You might not make a difference to the whole world, but you make a difference to enough people to impact their light, to kill some of their darkness, to reinforce some of their light. And then what happens with them? They go home. You see how that works? Yeah, why are we not thinking about it like that? Why is it not obvious? 46. Because it fucking seems obvious when you say it out loud, but I'm getting so many channels on that I can't even speak. I can't even like stop to just, my forehead suddenly feels like it's gonna explode. Holy shit, yeah, okay. Whoa. Where's the card that I just had up? Okay, that was weird. When I pulled this one out, I thought I was pulling this one out again because this was the one I was trying to get. For some reason, this one came out. Someone playing God. You can't play God in someone else's life. You can't play God in someone else's healing. You can't play God in someone else's experiences or understanding or truth, right? You can't sit on your fucking high horse, your fucking throne, and have any sort of opinion whatsoever about their love or their intentions or their experiences or their hurt or their trauma or their healing or their growth. You have no fucking clue because you do not understand the exact specific alchemy and energy that they are filtering through, that they are processing and healing. So I'm gonna have to put captions on because for some reason Spirit is like saying I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna like fucking shave my head off if I have to talk anymore about that, but I know it's really fucking important and it's gonna piss me off. But I need to take medicine because I'm getting a really bad headache. And it's because my third eye is like opening up, but like way more like more than Reverse Four of Swords, more than just opening up. It's like 10 of Cups. It's like wow, it's like 343. Queen of Swords. Blueprint. Plan, my life path, my purpose. Reverse Two of Swords. Holy shit. Blueprint, crossroads, direction, navigation. Holy fuck. Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm seeing a yellow workbench. I'm hearing like metal clanking, like it's almost like welding or like I'm getting dizzy. I'm seeing the number 1300 or like 1300s maybe. Holy shit. King of Pentacles. True wealth. True control, true power comes from the control you harness within. Wow. The power you have over yourself and exuding your own power. That's when you can sit on your fucking high horse. But not from a place of judgment. From a place of having humbly addressed, judged, accepted, forgived, and loved. Yourself in the mirror for the things you judged about yourself that then made you judge others through that lens. Doesn't it look like they're in the same position? It's like almost like those, oh my gosh, those timelines I was talking about. And I think it was the other reading, 5119. Holy shit, my birthday is 5/19 of 95. Holy fucking shit. When I was talking about ancient you, future you. It's like it's ancient you, future you. But then also showing a mirror of how it could be opposite. Ancient you, future you. And how depending on whatever way you tip the scale, whatever way you allow your own personal judgment to fall, is going to be which one comes at the forefront and rules the rest of those experiences. Holy shit. That is fucking good. And that's not gender specific at all. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah. I'm powerful. I'm a powerful fucking motherfucker. Holy shit, I'm a powerful motherfucker. Who's gonna help? I'm gonna break a lot of, I broke my cycles, and just by talking about it will help you break yours. I don't know, I'm sorry, it feels weird to say that. Wow. Holy shit. I made a post yesterday about how this property has it's well water, And that the well card has something to do, something important. Wow, 52 on the timer. The abundance, the fluidity, the security, the protected security and abundance. That letting your vulnerability flow, your creativity flow, your divine feminine flow, that will bring is, wow, it's just showing me like a lot of really strong. Wow. No, I feel weak. Holy fuck. King of Cups. Pulling those swords out of my back. Clarifying the swords in my vision, my understanding. Getting out of mind control, manipulation, thought patterns that don't serve me, leaving things that don't serve me in general. Not being a people pleaser, not being a doormat, but not being a rude bitch either. But clearing out all those swords. Something to be proud of. There will be a time when you look back on that and you're like, wow. I really went to fucking war with myself and fucking won. 54-44. Three of Wands, and that's something that now you see the world differently. You look out and it's 55, flat. You look out and you look out on the pride lands, right? And have nothing but pride, but not from a place of ego. From a new beginning, a new energy of like playful, light leadership. And when I first meant light, what I first meant by that was like not structured leadership, like gentle leadership. But when I said light, there's also a double meaning there of light leadership, of spreading light, being a light worker. And that only happens when your inner child, which is that Page of Swords energy, is within you, is one with you, 55-44 on the timer. Coming out of my cave and I've been doing just fine. Because I want it all. Started out with a kiss. How did it end up like this? It was only a kiss. You know what? For an activation, that sometimes is all it needs to be, and that's all it was for me, to be a catalyst to a really important connection that led to really important healing, cycling through, filtering through of my energy that kept me reversed, Queen of Wands, that rejuvenated me into my Page of Wands. Wow. And this is me right now being like, wow. Getting out of the structure, the hierarchy, the judgment, the understanding, the social cues, the whatever, any fucking shit that stresses you out about fucking public eye and social nuance and anything like that. Having a legacy to uphold, or disappointing your parents, whatever, that will always keep you from your higher self, your best self. You have to have faith, love, self-timing, discipline, self-control, emotional fulfillment, emotional balance, even through your tower moments. You have to allow yourself to feel in the moment. Feel sadness, feel anger, feel shame. But you're not going to let it go. You're not going to hold on to it. You're not going to cling on to it like it's of you. And you're going to be able to set it down, or you'll be able to trade it. You know, think of a stock that you no longer want. Reverse 7 of Wands. An energy that no longer serves you. Brightening up the sky quite a bit just by removing what doesn't serve you. What grows under the sun? What needs sun to grow and bloom? Not only the flowers, but you as a person, bitch. Light, source energy. Yeah. I'm getting shown like a specific person and scenario, and God is telling me I need to do a specific reading, and I'm getting full body chills and goosebumps. But I need to go to bed. It's too late. This took too long. It's 3:54 in the morning. Oh my gosh, and that's ahead of timing, so it's something that's gonna happen. It hasn't happened yet. It's like a prediction. They're trying to, oh my gosh, a minute. Right when I looked at that, I said an hour flat. Are you serious? Okay. You gotta be joking. 1 hour, 19 seconds, but when I look at it, it looks like 10, 0.